And I'm gonna go to 1,700 feet. That is some bull crap. I keep on literally getting dinged. Wow. So how is everyone doing today? Welcome back to your boy FlyIslandGuy. And I'm glad to be back in the cockpit one more time. We are in OnAir, or we're flying an OnAir mission again today. This time we're taking some precision instruments up to New York. So currently we are in North Carolina, and we are heading up to Stewart International in New York. Now, I would have loved to land at like JFK or LaGuardia, one of those airports, but fortunately that's not where we're going. So I've never actually heard of Stewart International, so it's going to be cool to see, but it seems to be just outside of like the main Newark, New Jersey, New York area. So looking forward to that. Anyway, weather-wise, it has been a garbage week, especially on the Northeast. So just checking the weather just to see what we're going to be running into. The weather in at Student International today actually doesn't look too bad. It's a little cold outside. It's minus 3 degrees Celsius. It's overcast, and the service ceiling 6,000 feet. But outside of that, it's not really too windy or anything. So it should be a fairly straightforward flight. So let's hop to the cockpit now. We have everything already set up and ready to go. So we're just gonna go straight and get those engines started and get in the air. And once we get in the air, we'll be talking about our flight plan. So let's get going. Beacons on. Gonna get our ignitions on, and we will move the props out of feathered, and we will get this guy started. We'll do both engines, get things going pretty quick today. So,
your flight will be monitored until you land and shut down the engines.
Well, so we're here at Kinston Regional in North Carolina. And our flight plan for today has us departing, let's see, we're departing runway 05. So it looks like we're going to have a little bit of a taxi down to the runway, then we'll get out of here. Alright. Both engines are started. Everything looks good temperature-wise. We're stabilized. Actually, we'll keep the props ready out for now. Get our alternators on. Starters and ignitions off. We'll get the rest of the lights on, but the landing lights. And we'll turn the pitot heat on as well. It's going to be pretty cold, I could imagine. Well, it's pretty cold here as well. If I just check the weather here. Yeah, actually, no. I forgot where I was. I'm in North Carolina. So We're overcast here today, but weather-wise everything's good. 11 degrees C. So here in Nova Scotia that'll be t-shirt and shorts weather. But check out flight surfaces. We're all good to go. So gonna drop one notch of flaps and let's get out of here. Parking brakes off. So we're gonna be climbing to 26,000 today, which seems to be pretty standard altitude that SimBrief assigns when I'm doing my longer flights. I normally get 25,000, 26,000. Taxiing pretty fast right now. It's kind of annoying how quickly this plane picks up speed when I'm just trying to taxi. So I'm basically riding the brakes the whole time. I was doing almost 40 knots or over 40 knots just now. Okay. So here we are. The edge of the runway. Nothing's coming. So we're gonna go ahead and get it lined up, and then we are out of here. Let's switch these lights on as well. It's a little dark right now. Okay. We are pretty much ready to go. Already have the cabin altitude set for 26,000. Prop levels are full forward. Mixture is rich or at high idle. And flight director's on. We already have CDI source set. We're pretty much good to go, folks. So let's get out of here. Landing lights on. Rotate.
time log.
Gear up. Just trimming it out right now. It's not a bad day out there for flying. A little high. Alright, so yaw damper on, autopilot on. And put the flaps up. Then we'll go to flight level change mode. I have VNAV. Gonna climb it 170. I don't even know that VNAV button does anything, to be honest. I'm sort of predicting that the engines are going to ice up a little bit once we start going through the clouds. That's a pretty common thing that I've been experiencing. And that's going to get worse and worse the further up north that I'm going. So, as I said, we're still on our North America tour right now. So we're heading to New York, and then next up from there, I'm gonna probably try and go into Canada, maybe like New Brunswick or maybe PEI. I don't know. We'll see what the what jobs are available. Alright, so looks like we're heading to the clouds now. So we've got a nice healthy climb rate, 2,100 feet per minute, which is good. And yeah, no ice yet because we're at 36 degrees Fahrenheit. I'm expecting this to drop pretty quickly though, and that's when we should start seeing the ice forming. Alright. So no ice yet, surprisingly. And we're through the clouds. Alright, good stuff. Okay, so let's just quickly discuss our flight plan right now. So essentially we're really just heading northeast, up from North Carolina towards New York. So this is pretty much New York around here. So New York, New Jersey area is like right around here, and we're basically making a looping approach, kind of like a spiral, in towards the airport. In terms of our approach, we are doing the Hudson 4 arrival, and then we'll be doing the OnAir runway 34 approach. So should be a pretty smooth flight. Cross 10,000 now, so I'm turning off the landing lights. Yeah, I don't foresee too many issues right now with the flight, but as I stated, the weather here has been pretty horrible. So we had it's been some pretty bad snowstorms, freezing rain, all that good stuff around the Northeast. So I know places like Philadelphia, New York, Maine, they got hit pretty hard with snow. Here in Nova Scotia, we got hit pretty hard as well. I think we got about, converted into feet, probably maybe a foot and a half of snow up here, which is a lot, all things considered. So yeah, it's been interesting. So that's why I was worried about flying. Just hoping we didn't run into that bad weather. But as you can see, takeoff has been a breeze. No big issues on takeoff, and as we head towards New York, it looks like the weather over there is pretty decent as well. So it's not too much for us to worry about. Shot time. Alright, so 16,000. So as usual, at 18,000 we're going to go to standard. And we're just going to chill from there. So this is going to be a bit of a shorter video today. I'm not really... I realized that in general a lot of my videos tend to be a little on the longer side because I spend a lot of time in preparation on the ground. So today I just tried to kind of get up in the air as fast as possible. And my goal would be if we can get the videos down to, I'd say, if I can get them down to like half an hour, that'll be pretty good. I think right now the hour-long videos are a little much. For it not being a live stream. So I'll see what I can do. But for now, let's just work with it. cool. Alright, so as I said, it looks like things are going to be pretty uneventful for the next little while or so. So, I will catch you guys back on descent. As usual, we'll talk about our approach. I already discussed it a little bit before, but we'll bring up the charge so you got a better idea of what's going on, and we will shoot the landing. Alright? This is your boy FlyIslandGuy. I'll be back in a little bit. Take care. Alright, and welcome back everybody. So we've completed our last kind of major leg of the flight, and we'll be landing soon. Not super soon, but if you look on the map on our GPS right now, we're over New York right now, and what we're going to be doing is we're going to be doing a, as I said, kind of spiral approach. So we're supposed to be landing on runway 34, but we're approaching the airport from the northeast. So that's why we kind of have this little spiral pattern going on. Right now the plan is to start our descent from PWL, and that will give us a pretty steep, not super steep, but fairly steep descent from PWL down to Helip, where that's going to be our initial approach fix. So if we look outside right now, tons of snow everywhere. Snow as far as the eye can see. As I said, it's been a pretty rough few days on. But luckily the bad weather's moved out, and all we have now is the remnants. We're about an hour and a half into the flight right now, and I'd say we probably have another maybe 30 minutes to go, the most. So let's go ahead and let's bring up the charts for Stewart International. Alright, so if we look at our star, we're doing the Hudson 4 arrival, which is where we're going right now. If we look on the GPS, we're heading towards MAD waypoint. So yeah, that's where we're going right now. Boom. I'm not really like following the, like see here, flight level 190, flight level 12,000. Not really too following that. So we're going to be starting our descent around about here. So about here's where we're starting our descent, and we have to kind of go around like this, and then we'll be landing right here. This is Stewart International right here. So that's going to be our arrival. And now if we look at the actual approach, so we are going to be kind of coming in from this way, right? Actually, Helip is right there. Yeah, we're going to be coming down this way. We're going to be hitting Helip, and then we're going to be making this left base turn to do our OnAir approach onto runway 34. So nothing really crazy going on there. In terms of missed approach, looks like we are going straight ahead up to 3,900 feet to the Finpi waypoint, and now it's supposed to hold. As usual, I'm not really worrying too much about missed approaches right now, not until we kind of start flying the working title mod. As I told you guys before, like that's my whole aim. That's what I'm looking to do. Really want to buy one and fly that regularly. Getting kind of tired of the turboprops now, I'm not gonna lie. So let's go ahead and let's check our weather report again for Stewart International and see what is happening now. Alright. So, Stewart International weather hasn't changed too much. Wind direction is coming from 270, so we're going to have a little bit of a crosswind on landing. Well, not a little bit, it's going to be almost a straight crosswind, but luckily the wind's not that strong. Current temperature is -3, and dew point's -12, altimeter 3026. So it hasn't really changed much from our last check. Man, look at that view outside, man. That's beautiful. Snow on the ground, covering. That's the good thing about flying during winter. When you're not actually in the snow, it's fun to look at. I'm not seeing anything about snow on the ground either, so. Alright. Cool. So start our turn now towards, what is this? Briss. As I said before, this is that's going to be the last waypoint before we actually make the turn. So we're looking at about 24 to 30 nautical miles kind of each leg. So it's not going to be too long before we hit PWL. So as I said before, as a habit, I try and kind of plug things in beforehand. So what I'm doing right now is I'm going down to 3,900 feet. That's the altitude for Helpy. So hard to see these things. Okay. So 3,900 feet. We could turn on vertical speed mode, just leave it at 0 for now. And sorry, not Helpy, it's Helip. So Helip, as you can see on the map, 3,900 feet or above. That's where we're supposed to be. That's where we're supposed to be going when we get to Helip. And if we look in our flight plan, we should see something similar. Oops. So 3,900 feet at Helip. That's good that this actually follows things pretty closely. I'm actually still surprised. As I said before, I haven't had any ice on the engines, or any icing at all, pretty much on the plane for this whole flight, which has really surprised me because it's pretty cold outside right now. It's almost minus 40 degrees Fahrenheit. I've even done a little bit of flying through the clouds as well, so to not get any ice, pretty impressive. Overall, I've just been pretty impressed at how clear a day it is today. Really good for doing sightseeing. So pretty much just you pass mainland New York. Off to our west, so all of the airports that you really hear about, JFK, Newark, all those guys, we're going past them. We're more out in the more rural areas of New York right now. Fuel levels looking good. The only issue that I've had on the flight is my cabin altitude. Nowadays I remember to set the cabin altitude, but if I forget to set the rate, I bet it changes, so I always end up getting a cabin pressure warning as I'm climbing. So that's something you guys got to try and remember. If you're going to be doing some serious altitude in the King Air, to make sure you set your cabin pressure. Woof. Yeah. Some serious turbulence. And that's the last we feel of that, hopefully. So, fortunately, this flight, I haven't been able to find anything that pays like a heck of a lot. This was a medium haul flight, I believe, or a medium trip. So I'm getting paid about $44,000 for this flight with rental fees and all that. It's probably going to be another $5,000 off of that. So maybe get like mid-30s for this, which is not what I want right now. I'm really trying to make the big bucks in the plane, but once I finish this job, I should be leveling up as well, which is good. So my aim right now is to as I level up, start. I want to try and get the last minute jobs and the dangerous goods jobs. Those ones seem to rake in a lot of cash. So especially the last minute jobs, I've been missing out on a lot of money with this. So I'm going to be really basing my skill tree points on that right now. Get those expensive jobs, make the money that you need fast, and you'll get to where you need to be faster. Both figuratively and literally. Okay. Alright, so we're starting on the leg heading towards this last waypoint. We're going to start our descent into Stewart International. So it's just 20 nautical miles away from there. I can assure you that goes by very fast. But yeah, I've actually never heard of Stewart International Airport. So I'm curious as to how big an airport it is. Just gonna look at the map real quick. So here's the map for the airport. We are coming in on runway 34, which is the shorter of the two runways. And so we're gonna want to probably want to get off at taxiway A and take a left here and head down here to general aviation parking. It's got a nice long runway though. Almost 12,000 feet. It's pretty sweet. So I'm going to keep that guy up so that I could see exactly where I'm going. So, as far as our North American tour has been going, we've traveled a pretty long distance. So, we started here in Nassau, just like right there, and we came up to, I think it was Virginia or something, probably around here. Stopped off in North Carolina, and now we're heading towards New York. So, as I said, that turbulence, man. What? No way. What was that? That's some bullcrap. Are you serious? Okay, alright, well. Realism it is, I guess. Oh my god, I just got penalized for too high G-force. Wow. Well, okay. Guess I gotta be careful with that turbulence. That is crazy, man. I don't even know how you get around that. Weird. Anyway. It is what it is. There's literally nothing I could do about that. Maybe try and change my my altitude, but that's basically it. Alright. So we're coming up to the PWL waypoint. So we're going to go ahead and start my descent now. So I'm going to go into idle. And I'm going to go to 1,700 feet. That is some bullcrap. I keep literally getting dinged. Wow. This is crazy. I'd never seen this before. It's actually pretty interesting. I was literally thinking not too long before this, like, if you were doing like a dangerous goods mission or something, or like how that's affected by you know, turbulence and that sort of thing. So guess now I know. So I gotta get out of this choppy air as fast as possible. I did not know that caused issues. I mean, it makes sense, but wow. So I think we're gonna be crossing over the airport. Yeah, we're gonna be crossing to the right of it. Sorry, the airport's gonna be crossing to our right. We'll be on the left of it. Okay. All right. We are across 18,000, so just trying to set the barometer. All right, 3028. Alright, so man, I'm so disappointed right now. That really hurt my feelings. So far I was like, oh, it's been a great flight, no issues whatsoever. Then I get dinged because of some heavy turbulence. Alright. Alright, so we are close to 10,000 feet now. Yeah, some beautiful views right now. So we're about to get those landing lights out. And hoping for a smooth touchdown. Just about to start that loop. It's going to take us to the hell up waypoint. Okay. Cross 10,000. Landing lights are on. Alright, should be starting to turn soon. We actually missed the airport. I'm supposed to look out for it. It's way behind us now. Alright. So it's supposed to be heading towards 3,900 feet now. That's our next That's our next altitude. This is a bumpity landing, man. Or bumpity approach. Yes, bumpity, not bumpy, bumpity. Liking what I see though. Just try to enjoy the outside view. Should probably adjust this view to be a little more forward maybe. Looks like some neighborhoods down there. Some mountains or something, some hills around there. It looks like we're gonna avoid them. I guess from what I'm seeing here, once we hit the river straight ahead, we'll be making the left turn onto final. Or at least once we kind of cross over it. So I'm gonna let the speed bleed down. I actually forgot there was a little checklist up here to see when you could start dropping flaps, so we could put our first notch of flaps down at 202 and our gear down at 182. So I'm just going to let the speed drop down to there. Okay, so we're crossing Hellup now, so we are going to go down to 3,000. I'm gonna just drop a notch of flap while we're doing that. Alright, see a little bridge down there. That's cool. So let's see, according to this approach, after 3,000 we're going out to 2,500. And that's when we should be capturing the glide path. So we should be starting our left turn in a second. Alright, so we're stabilizing on 3,000 feet. So I'm going to dial in 2,500. And we will start a descent in there. Alright, that's interesting. Didn't expect to be turned back toward the hills. It looks like the airport's right in front of us. I see it right there. So once we level off, I'm going to, I'll turn the approach mode now. And I'm gonna wait for my speed to drop below 182, and then I'll drop the flaps. Sorry, I'll drop the gear. Okay, so we're in the 170s, gear down. So we are pretty much lined up on the runway now. Oh, I'm gonna see if OnAir actually works for a change. Because I'm telling you guys, it doesn't seem to work half the time. Yeah, look at these trees, snow covered. Not seeing much movement of the snowflake right now, so I think our glide slope isn't going to work again. No surprise there. Our glide path isn't going to work again. This Filga is where you're supposed to capture it. Oh well. So we're going to go full flaps. And I'm gonna switch off the autopilot and just gonna start the descent in. Let's back up a little bit. Just gonna trim it out slightly. It's just banging to the left. Alright, if you're not doing an ILS or OnAir approach, you're not like on the glide slope, do not go outside to get an outside view. Alright, I'm just going to check the airport real quick. Again, I think we're going left. Yeah, so we're heading off left to go to GA parking. A little high right now. I'm a little to the left of the runway. I'm just trying to watch my altitude. I can barely see the pappies right now.
Wind 270 at 4 knots.
Alright.
500.
Some little houses in the snow. Yeah, it looks tight, man. I like that. Just stay off the treetops. Alright. Coming in. Gonna kill the throttle now.
Landing time log.
Kind of overshot where I had to go. turn around here. Because there's kind of no way to turn back. So ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Stewart International here in New York. Wish I could have a local time for you, but I don't. Alright, so we turn right here. Pulling the flaps up. And then we make a quick left right here. Alright, so let's clean up a little bit. Landing lights can come off, strobes can come off. Alright, liking this. Okay, so these are the GA ramps here. So I'm just gonna find a little spot here to pull over. So this must be the place where people go and they want to get the ski on and all that. Alright. Boom, you're here. Parking brake set. Alright, let's get these lights off. And
Engine off time log.
engines could come off.
Flight is finished. It has been monitored by OnAir.
Okay, so that loud noise just now means that I bounced up to another level. Alright. Cool, so we got here a little earlier than I thought we were going to. But we are level 5 now. So we delivered the payload. It looks like we didn't really lose any, we didn't get any penalties or whatever for any of that, the turbulence that happened. So I'm happy about that. But that's cool beans, man. All right. Awesome. So we are here. We're gonna chill out, get some hot cocoa, go skiing or whatever it is that people do out here in this section of New York. And just want to thank everybody for joining me today. Hope you enjoyed the flight. We are gonna continue the tour next time, the North American tour that is, and I really hope that we can go into Canada. I'm gonna see what's available as far as jobs are concerned, but I would love to go into Canada because that would be awesome for me. So keep my fingers crossed for summer in New Brunswick or PEI maybe, and if we're really feeling adventurous, maybe Newfoundland and Labrador. But I doubt we're going to get anything that far. I think that's going to be a little far out from where we are. But we'll see how things go. All right. Anyways, folks, enjoy your day. Enjoy your night whenever you're watching this. Safe flying. Just stay safe in general. All right. There's a lot going on out there right now. But just enjoy yourselves. All right. This is your boy FlyIslandGuy. I will catch you on the next flight. Take care. Peace.